All right, so it's time for some tech conversation here on Wake Up Nigeria. Our guest today is Oluwatoyin Olufon. She is the CEO of the Techy Accountant and Olufon Consulting, and she's also the convener of AccounTech. I'm sure I got that right?
Yes, you did.
AccounTech Summit.
Correct.
Awesome. Good to have you in the studio with us this morning, Toyin.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being here.
Yeah. So when people talk about different, when you talk about different occupations, it's usually difficult to marry them both together. Account tech, medical tech, but we are having a lot of that these days because technology is now surpassing all professions. So I'm wondering, the combination account tech, how does that work?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Thank you. And just as you rightly said, technology is actually changing the way we work in every industry.
Yes.
And accounting and finance is not left behind. I'm so happy to see a lot of SMEs right now in Nigeria embracing accounting software, the use of accounting software for their business, for them to be more effective, to be able to collect their data, to gain insight, and to have their financial reports, at their fingertips so that they can make informed decisions. However, account tech is also evolving beyond that now. Just as we say, technology is, it's on a rapid change, right? And there are other aspects of accounting and finance as well that technology can enhance, can empower, can make people to be more efficient, right? And I'm hoping that that's one of the things we'll be discussing mainly during the summit. And that's also one of the key things that I do as well, my work. Yes.
So you trained as an accountant?
Yes, I actually have an academy. We have an academy called the Techy Accountant Academy, where we train finance professionals at all levels of their career for global dominance through practical training, shared knowledge, and cutting-edge mentorship.
So how did you make that decision, or rather, how did you even get into tech as an accountant yourself?
That's a funny story. But so when I just left the university, as a young graduate trying to find my footing, I was already chartered in the UK. I was a chartered accountant in the UK. But then I was still not clear on what I was going to do. So I dabbled into STEM education. I co-founded another NGO with a friend, and we're promoting STEM education. I learned how to code using Scratch programming. I could do a few things. I would travel to even neighboring towns in Abuja, Suleja, Abaji, Kwali to go and teach students, how to use Scratch programming to code, to develop their games. So that really fascinated me, right? Then eventually when I decided that, okay, I still want to be a finance professional, I don't want to dive into core tech, right? So I found a way to merge tech, into accounting, into my first love. And that's what brought about all this.
Wow. Okay, so I know you're having a summit. Tell us more about that.
Oh, great. The AccounTech Summit is first of its kind in Africa. It's an international summit that is bringing together speakers, thought leaders from everywhere around the world. It's bringing together entrepreneurs that are doing fantastic jobs, as a way to inspire and empower finance professionals, stakeholders, and even entrepreneurs, to know how they can maximize the use of technology in their business and how it also relates to our work in the accounting and finance industry. I think that there's an enormous opportunity for our country, Nigeria, if we're able to harness the human capital that we have and leveraging on technology. I think 2 weeks ago I was reading and I saw that there's actually a shortage of accountant finance professionals in the US. Now, I know what is commonly known is the shortage of programmers, of core technology individuals, right? And it's also a trend right now whereby you have people working in Nigeria, wherever they work for organizations abroad. But most of them are usually the core tech guys, the programmers. Now, what people don't know is that that shortage also exists in the finance industry. So you can imagine if our workforce is empowered, you know, with the right skill, with the right competence for them to be able to compete globally.
So you can imagine on the opportunities.
Exactly. You know, so what that means also is that the kind of revolution we've seen in the tech space, whereby the programmers can work with organizations in the US, can also happen in the finance industry. Because there's the need for it at the moment, and that's what that's the gap we are trying to fill, and we've been able to do that successfully. We have a few techie accountants that have passed through our trainings, passed through our academies. We've empowered them with the right skill, the right mindset for them to compete globally, and they're residents in Nigeria. However, they work with companies in the US and as accountants.
As accountants?
Correct.
Not as part-time jobs or full-time jobs, like they're fully employed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this summit, what should anybody who is watching now and wants to be a part of it, what should they expect from it?
It's going to be a lot of information empowerment, right? It's going to be inspiring because we are bringing people, even finance professionals that are in this domain as well. They are not just, they are walking the talk. Yes. So it's important that other professionals, they see that this is what is happening, like it is achievable. It's not just essay. It is not just, you know, a make-wish, right? But it's something that can really, really happen for them. You know, also for her, we want to, for entrepreneurs that will attend as well, they will get to understand better the emerging technologies that is changing the accounting and finance industry. Remember that they say that information is power. When you know something, when you understand something, you are able to know how you can put it to use, how you can, you know, make the best out of it, right? And these and many more are things that the people will get from the summit. We also have the award and recognition segments, you know, during the summit. We have the fireside chats where we'll be discussing about game changers in the finance and game changers, in the US and the Nigerian finance sector.
Okay, is this summit open to the public? How can someone watching now be a part of it?
It is open to the public. It's happening on Thursday, on the 15th of August at 4 Point Hotel in VI by 9 a.m.
Okay.
Yes, so come along and have a good time.
All right. I do know you mentioned that the MD of TVCE is also a part of it.
Yes, the MD of TVC, the group.
Okay.
The group CEO, she's part of it, and she's the one that's in person of Mrs. Victoria Ajayi.
Oh, right, the CEO is
yes,
herself. Okay.
It's the CEO herself. She will be the one moderating the fireside chats.
Nice.
And it's going to be explosive, I have no doubts, because she's full of so much wisdom and power.
All right.